Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Startup Theory. I am your host, Tom Bilyeu. I am the co-founder of Quest Nutrition and the CEO and co-founder of Impact Theory. Today, we are going to be covering the question of how to register your company. All right, first of all, I've done this multiple times and I still do not consider myself an expert on this topic. So this is going to be something where if you can at all afford it, I highly encourage you to seek legal counsel. This is one of those decisions that can have ramifications. So choosing wisely and choosing once is going to be the most streamlined way. I will tell you what I have done in most of the occasions is incorporate as an LLC in Delaware. And the reason that I have done that is Delaware is considered to be the most friendly business state from a registration perspective. And here looking on incorporate.com, you've got why is Delaware the most popular state for incorporation? Low cost and quick turnaround. I can vouch for that. Simplified business structure setup, and certainly an LLC isn't overly complicated. No sales or income tax if you operate outside the state. That can be very beneficial. And then a Delaware business court that minimizes time, cost, and risk of commercial litigation. So those are just a few of the reasons that people do this. At Quest, that's what we did. We incorporated as an LLC in Delaware. At Impact Theory, same thing. And then many moons ago, incorporated my very first company also as a Delaware LLC. And that has really been just a basic, simple choice that I've seen no negative ramifications for. You can change it later. If you need to become a C Corp or an S Corp, there is a process that you can go through to do that. It's a little bit cumbersome, so better to pick the one that ultimately works for you. And looking at how income is handled, how taxes are handled, is always a very wise idea. An LLC has what's called pass-through income. So the people in the company are going to be responsible for the profits in that company. So if you set up as an LLC and you have profit, you are going to be paying tax on that profit that year, unless there are other reasons why that would get deferred. But 99 times out of 100, you're going to allocate to the different partners in the company exactly how you want the proceeds to be allocated. Usually, although not always, usually it's pro rata. So if you have a partner and you guys are 50-50 or 49-51, however you structure it, you would pay the corresponding amount of tax for the profits. And if you get a good accountant, none of this should really be that problematic. So an LLC is really straightforward. It's one of the ones that is going to get you off the ground quickly. It's going to allow you to get your EIN number, which is your tax ID number that you will need. Getting a tax ID number these days is very straightforward. And if I'm not mistaken, EIN stands for Employee Identification Number or Employment Identification Number. And it allows you to pay tax. Payroll tax for your employees. So got to have it before you start, and getting your LLC is going to let you do that. And you can find all about that. If you just drop into Google, how do I get my EIN number? It's going to take you right where you need to go. And as long as you're not claiming a name that's already in use or a name similar to one that's already in use, you can get your EIN number literally same day. It's very fast. But if you're trying, and this is something I learned the hard way, if you're trying to use a name that has already been used, even if it's just similar, it's going to trip up the whole process. You're going to have to end up calling in. It becomes a total nightmare. And of course, they're not telling you that. You just get a weird error code that you won't understand why you're getting it. So if you get a weird error code, by the way, chances are that you're trying to use something that somebody else has already used or is using. And so you're going to have to contact them and go through a paper submission form, which still isn't that hateful. Try not to do this at the last minute. Another lesson I learned the hard way. So the more you need an answer very rapidly, the more likely it is to be painful. All right, that's about it on that subject. It really is pretty straightforward. Use one of the services, perhaps like incorporate.com. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. It's just I've used them in the past to get your filing done. I've also used an attorney. Attorneys always make me feel better, but just so you know, usually they're also using one of these online services because they make them very easy. They can just answer a lot of questions for you. All right, cool. If you have any questions, you can always drop them in here into the comment section. Alternatively, you can hit me up at Tom Bilyeu, and I will be happy to send more information your way. All right, that's it for now. So until next time, my friends, be legendary. Take care.